My name's Emily, and I do portrait photography, and I love it because I think it gives you the opportunity to create a memory for someone. It's something that people are going to look back on for the rest of their lives, and if I can capture a memory for them in a way that is beautiful and can also be chaotic, I think that's a really big reason why I love it, because it gives something for people to look back on. So I never thought that photography was something that I was going to do as a career. It was always something that I just kind of was doing as a hobby on the side. I always thought it was really fun, but I just didn't think of it as an option, and I really don't know why. I thought that it was going to be unstable, and you're living job to job kind of thing like that. So it just wasn't something that I thought that I was going to do. But then I studied communications at college, and then minored in film and media studies. So through the film and media, I kind of got a little bit more involved in how to use a camera and all that kind of stuff. Since then, I just started shooting for some of my friends. I did a couple of engagements and some seniors and all that kind of stuff. And that was when I started to realize, no, this is actually something that I really enjoy, and this is something that I'm good at, and it's something that I can use to make money and make a career. So I worked for about a year and a half after graduating college, just out in the regular work world. And alongside of these things, it was when I was doing engagements and paid shoots for other people. And so about a year and a half in, that was when I realized that the jobs that I was doing, I just wasn't passionate about, and when I was actually happy is when I was editing or shooting. And so I realized it was time to make a change and make it my career. So I think my favorite thing about being a photographer is kind of like what I said earlier, being able to capture a beautiful moment in the midst of a lot of chaos that is life. But I think another one of my favorite things is the ability to be creative. Editing, a lot of photographers don't like editing, but I love it. It's my favorite part. And I like that you're able to manipulate a photo to look, it can look completely different than the way you shot it. And I don't know, I just think that it's a medium that allows you to be really, really creative. But also you have to be intentional about why you're doing certain things. So yeah, I think that's kind of my favorite part. In the short term, I think my professional goals are 100% to just get my website up. That's been something that I've been working on a lot recently, but it always seems like there's more to do. So short term, definitely, just getting the website up, getting that started. Long term, I think it's kind of to be determined. I do portrait photography primarily. I'm not landscape or anything like that. And I really enjoy shooting just single models usually. So whether that be seniors, yeah, so I lean towards the fashion and editorial photography. I'd love to shoot for even just local magazines. I'm not looking to move to New York or LA or anything like that, for local boutiques and stuff like that. Or even someone I know a couple people who make their own clothes, or they're designers and stuff like that, and I feel like that would be really fun. My biggest accomplishment as a photographer, honestly, is just going all in and doing it full time. I think that it's something that a lot of people do on the side, and that can be great, and a lot of people run really successful businesses that way, but I knew for me personally, I wasn't giving my clients the attention that they deserved, or even just the photos the attention they deserved, when I wasn't doing this all the time, and when I had a full-time job other than photography. So I think honestly my biggest accomplishment is just making this choice to dive in and do it full force. I think my favorite memory as a photographer is, or was, shooting my friends' engagements. That's just a really special moment. Yeah, shooting my friends' engagements has been a really big one, because not only are you celebrating this moment now, but they'll have these memories to have, forever, through the photos. So I think that, yeah, my favorite memory, my first engagement shoot was one of my best friends, and that was really, really fun. Yeah, being able to create the memories with them, and celebrate them. So I wouldn't say that I have a favorite location. I have some that I have been at multiple times. just because they're pretty versatile. I live in Grand Rapids, so shooting downtown obviously gives you a lot of different places to shoot. I really like parking garages because I really like that they give you really moody light. So I tend to do a lot of parking garages, rooftops, stuff like that. I think has been kind of the most common, but I wouldn't say that I have a favorite yet. I would love to shoot in Iceland. So they not only have awesome landscape, you know, everywhere, but they have the black sand beaches, and I would love, love, love to shoot there. Just because I tend to do a little bit moodier, I think, like not super bright colors and not really bright sun, typically. But yeah, I just think that the black sand beach would be awesome to shoot at. Oh, I'm still learning myself, so maybe somebody else would have advice for me, but I think that the biggest thing is to just do it. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to quit your job and do it full time the way I did, but making sure that you're, you know, if you want to do it, then do it. Like, you know, even if you have to shoot 3 shoots in one weekend or something like that, and I know it's hard and I know it's tiring and you have a lot to edit and all that kind of stuff, but just gaining the experience I think is a really big thing, and bring your camera everywhere. So, I mean, I shoot portrait, but if you're shooting landscape or city or anything like that, anytime you end up going downtown, anytime you end up going for a hike, anything like that, just bring your camera and figure out what you like. Because I think you really don't develop a style until you just, you know, you've shot a ton. And that's something that I'm still developing. I don't have really a set style yet. So, yeah, I think that's my biggest thing, honestly, just shoot as much as you can. So I guess it kind of depends on the type of shoot that you do. But if it's, say, an engagement or like some sort of like seniors or something like that, I love it if a client shows me like a Pinterest board or something of inspiration photos. Not that I'm going to copy those photos, but if they have a specific pose that they absolutely love, I want to make sure that I get something similar. And it just gives me an idea of what sort of style they're going for. So I think that's honestly something that is really the most helpful for me. It's okay if you feel like you're going to be awkward in front of the camera. Like, it's fine, because it's my job to make sure that you're posed in a way that looks good on camera. So if you don't know how to pose, if you're not a model, who cares? Like, we'll make it work. So yeah, don't be too scared. It really is my job to make sure that you're, you know, posed in a way that looks good, and is going to translate well on, you know, through the lens. And so a lot of times, like, if I'm not telling anyone anything, that means that it looks great. If you want to follow me, my Instagram is @EmilyAnnette. Okay. My website is coming soon. It's going to be EmilyAnnettePhotography.com. Not up yet, but it'll be coming in the fall.